Ghana has lost another boxer, a talented boxer, I say, to the system. I mean, we were in this country somewhere in March 29th, 2025, where we heard that a Nigerian boxer died after a bout. I, so when I saw this, then I said to myself, look, in this country, it looks like we take so many things for granted. I mean, how is it that a sports that is supposed to entertain people would end up causing people tragedy and pain? This is uncalled for, and it looks like when you look at or you interrogate the facts of the matter, for instance, the Nigeria boxer like this, the investigation shows that there was no a solid contract between them, and the height, the weight of the boxers, there were so many discrepancies in that. How is it that a Ghana boxing authority, an authority, will oversee such discrepancies? It just doesn't make sense.
You know, when you live in a country called Ghana and you wake up in the morning, I think one of your prayers after thanking God is to say that you hope and pray that Ghana does not happen to you. Because it looks like loss of life is not a big deal in a country called Ghana. I don't understand how in a space of about 6 months or 7 months, we'll have 2 deaths in the boxing fraternity and nobody seems to care. Even with the latest one, people are talking about it now. We are bringing a lot of awareness. But I thought that after the match incidents with the Nigerian boxer, by this time, there should be some serious reforms.
Exactly.
Apart from the boxing authority president resigning, there's nothing. For instance, if they're about to box, for example, which medical team do we have on standby to even examine the players or the boxers to know that, 1 hour before the boxing match, they are fine. They can actually take part in this competition. It is all entertainment until some of these things happen. And we have people in authority. I keep saying, we pay people to do their jobs, but they sit and watch until we lose lives and then we all start talking. Are we saying that this is the first time something like this has happened in this country?
No.
So why do we always wait for someone to die? And then when we won't do anything about it, it's like we'll come back again when another person dies. I'm sorry. And we'll do the same thing. It's just like rains every year.
Me, I dare say that the death of Bahubali, I put it on those who are supposed to check the weight, that the fighting weight within the level are the same. You don't have a heavyweight fighting a lightweight. I mean, how does that? So if you in your personal interest, you've allowed this to go, and then someone like this, like Bahubali, dies out of this, then I put that person's death on you.
See, from top to bottom, like I'm saying, even the whole chain of the boxing thing is flawed in this country. It's flawed. I know I have my issues with boxing, which I'm sure we'll come to, but the way we sometimes execute this boxing thing, I think is more of entertainment than a professional sporting activity. In other jurisdictions, they don't take it as just people gathering at Bukom Arena and having fun and dancing. No. Yes, they are providing you entertainment, but it is the health of the person we are talking about. Charlie, a bimo boxing, one blow is like blocks, so the one we used to build. Though. Some of them, the power behind that fist, you would die.
So how then do you even call this a sport? Because I don't understand a sport that is always leading to death. Or maybe I'm saying this because my part of the world where I come from, this kind of sports mostly leads to death, which shouldn't be so. So how then do you even categorize it as sports?
See, when I realized I could write or spell my name was when I realized the game called boxing doesn't make sense to me. Like, the first time I watched a boxing match, I was like, what is this? Like, you are seeing death and you are willingly going to say that, see, punch me to you kill me. So you have the trainers and the referees. Until they determine that you are so weak, you can't continue. They can beat you till you die. That's Kofi Okowu beatings. Because tell me why. This is the head, though. You have the brain, you have your eyes, you have your nose, you have your mouth. Charlie, Charlie, they are breaking noses.
You know, Black Rasta says if he becomes a president, that's the first thing he will do: ban boxing as a sport. Do you side with him?
I side with him. Me, if I become a president before him, I'll cancel it before he comes. Charlie, the brain, if it's in a conco, they can hit you one and you see that at once now dementia. Like you can't see anything, you are dizzy. Like I don't understand that sport too. I am a very good supporter of athletics, other sports, football, whatever. But for that particular boxing sport, I don't get it.
One thing I find troubling about this Bahubali's death is the account of the sister, where she said when they were hit with the issue, their first resort was to go to church. And even if you look at it, it goes to tell you the mentality of Ghanaians, where we would rather pray that God gives us manna than work for that manna. And how is it that someone who have taken heavy punches and is lying down unconscious, and your first resort will be church?
Yeah. But what do you want? What do you want them to do?
What happened to the hospital?
This is where I would say, when we say education is important and people say education is not all that is important in this world, this is one of the things we are talking about. Illiteracy is killing a lot of people. And you see, the confidence with which she was talking to the journalist about how they took the late Bahubali to one pastor, and the pastor even advised you to take him to the hospital. You didn't listen to that advice. You took him to another pastor. And at this point, I am thinking Bahubali is weak. He doesn't even know what's happening around him. And you see, the root cause of some of these things is also poverty.
I agree.
So one of the things I actually thought about was that, what if they didn't even have the means to take him to the hospital at that particular point in time? And so they felt, okay, if he's prayed for by a pastor and he gets better, by the time he gets consciousness or gains consciousness back, he will know that, okay, I have to go to the hospital because maybe they don't have. And you see, I am sorry to say, but a lot of the boxers in that enclave, the Bukom, the Choko, the place, it is the money. Money comes first before anything else. We were in this country when Aite Powers and Bukom Banku decided to put up one of the most entertaining bouts in the history of this country.
That was entertaining.
Charlie,
that was entertaining.
Beat Aite Powers. You see that? You see, aside the hype and everything, the beat them. The other one to Bukom Banku and the Nodna.
Samir Batiste.
But something.
Yeah, Samir Batiste. He says now that guy is no longer popular because he doesn't have his juju anymore.
But you see, that match too, Bukom Banku could have died.
He said them bitter. He said the guy
he
used
admitted,
juju.
and I'm saying that how many of the boxers who we push to go and entertain people in the name of I hear almost every other week there's a boxing match around that area. Who is checking their health? Who is making sure that they are okay even after the boxing? Who checks on them? Or after the boxing, whether your face is swelling or not, you just go home and go and sleep. On what? On the floor, on the bed? Like, how are we treating them?
You see all these questions you are asking? Me, I am thinking off the top of my head, and I can only put it on the doorsteps of the Ghana Boxing Authority. Like, what is their play in all of it? Is it that so now we are going to have a sports where anytime they hold a major boxing match, someone must die? So is that a kind of sports or the kind of authority they are
this way
supervising?
we have to bring in the sports minister. See, it's important because they are fighting in the name of Ghana. The Ghana Boxing Authority, you see, it has Ghana attached to it.
Exactly.
Everything in our jurisdiction must have question marks. Why? Why should we always have question marks right now, I hear some international bodies will not even associate with our boxing fraternity here in Ghana, or if there's a match going on here, they can't be part of it.
Even me, I wouldn't be part of
Unless-
something that the casualty is always death. I mean, what
And
kind of sports is that?
one
Even
thing-
UFC don't record such death.
One thing we are even not drawing our minds to is that this Nigerian boxer coming here to die around match, it could have turned into something different if Nigerians
Bro.
wanted to push this and investigate
Bro,
this
say
further.
less. Even that one, the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control questioned the GBA and was asking them why and how could they have kept a Nigerian boxer for 2 months.
Yes.
So how even it was handled so sketchy, so like it was nothing
They must
to be proud of.
investigate this one. The last one, I know there was an investigation conducted. There were some recommendations and things which we did not implement until we've recorded another death. We should investigate this issue. Whoever is culpable, they should face the law.
Yeah.
Because we can't continue like that. I won't be happy if I wake up one day and my nephew or a family member says, I want to be a boxer, and you are home one day and they tell you the person is dead just because he went to do something he loves.
Yeah.
Because this guy loved the boxing from what we saw. He loved the sport. So why should he die?
I am calling. You see, if this is to continue, then it means that the GBA is not living up to task. So then heads must roll. So that we can get results. That is why I say we take so many things for granted in this country. Probably you might think you are taking some level of gift so that you can make certain things happen. But you never know. Maybe that gift you took could lead to someone's death. In not directly, but indirectly. So if the GBA is overseeing a boxing fraternity that is recording death all the time, then I think we need an overhaul in
And you
the
see,
GBA.
the referee who officiated that Bahubali match, plus the trainers on both sides, they must be investigated as well.
I agree.
Do they even have the license to train people or make sure? Because with the international ones we watch, the moment one person becomes weak, even if it's the second round, they will say they won't fight again.
Yeah.
Because health is the most important thing. And again, we know the Bukoms, the Chokos, you produce a lot of good boxers. Boxing is not all about you are thick, you are tall, you are strong. No. Somebody might be very strong outwardly, but inwardly they may be very, very sick. So if you are there right now, you're an amateur boxer or you are into boxing and you feel like they call you for a match this weekend, you are available. The next 2 weeks, you are available. You've not recovered from that punch the 2 weeks earlier you received. You will always have complications. So in as much as we are putting the blame on authorities and Ghana boxing, you as a person too, if you want to take this as a sport or a profession, learn from the best. How are we even going to people like Azuma Nelson to ask them how they did it for so many years?
Look at the greats we have.
A lot of the boxing greats, they either retire with this Parkinson disease or a lot of mind
Stiffness,
a lot of issues. But we have Azuma Nelson at this serious age, but he looks okay at least.
So how did he do it?
We can go to him. We can learn from him.
Yeah.
How was his time like? How were things done? If we've lost our way, we can go back. Sankofa. But if not, every other day, people will die at the expense of our entertainment.
Well, I hope this would be the last time someone would die fighting in a boxing match. Especially GBA must sit up, because we can't have you overseeing a fraternity that is recording death all the time. We didn't pay you to sit there to see people die. No. So let us know what you think in the comment section. And whilst you're doing that, recommend this to a brother, a friend, a sister. Until we come your way next time, don't go and fight boxing. Be a great citizen. We are.